Hello and welcome to the second game of this WWPC Under 1900 Best of 5 final between Nexus and TA for Life. Nexus won the first game in a Cyber Mirror matchup on Loki, and now we have an Aeon Mirror matchup on Forbidden Pass. Not sure whose choice this was. Let's see how it goes. I thought Loki was TA's choice, and TA lost that one. Maybe it was Nexus's choice though, but it's one of TA's best maps. So build order: 5 Pigeon, second air, walk with the ACU to the expansion. 5 Pigeon, second air, get another factory and walk for Nexus. Rush this hydro fast and expand. So the bomber gets taken out early on. Doesn't get any kills. Well defended by TA. Land spam going down this position and a second air factory. Do often see multiple air factories on this map because the land routes are very long because of this lake in the middle. So the speed of air skipping over terrain is very valuable. We have a factory going down in the middle. It's going to be used to try and get some NGs to this expansion and this hydro, which is actually queued up. I guess this guy's going to go make it. TA is just going straight for a PD in this expansion, which is quite a nice choice because there are units about for Nexus. This bomber is just attacking land scouts. It's pretty much useless, and it's also extremely hard to hit those tiny and fast units. Up here we have factory in this expansion. Definitely needed because the distance to this expansion is so long. You can see it being mirrored by Nexus on the bottom. Another NG has arrived. PD is built, factory will go down. Not greedy at all. I would be very tempted to just go for Nexus here first, followed by factory, seeing as you have the PD to secure this expansion anyway already. In the ACU expansion, there's a lot of factories going down, also a PD. I think if you're making this many factories, a PD is a bit unnecessary. So you will have 4 factories worth of units coming out, or maybe 3 factories worth of units coming out, and some NGs. So PD maybe a bit superfluous, maybe a bit too safe. This expansion has been captured now by Nexus. He's decided to move this engineer on up here and let this guy. No, that's quite weird. Yeah, maybe a bit of a misclick there. Might have accidentally let go of shift when giving this order. We can see the score advantage is considerable for TA. Where is that coming from? I guess just being a bit faster in this expansion. He was faster with his ACU to here. He was faster on this factory, which leads me to believe he was faster on these mexes as well, so all these small expansion timing advantages have built up. But Nexus does have the air. And does he have anything to use his air advantage with? I only see scouts and inties, which is quite disappointing. I mean, just look if you had a bomb here. Auroras are so vulnerable to bombers that you really have to make them. Gotta do it. Now we see T2 mexes for Nexus. Excuse me. Second one on the way. TA with no ecoing at the minute. Nexus pushing up the middle. He's left just a factory behind him in this expansion, so it's quite vulnerable if you can get past and into here with an army. On this side we see TA is just going to run over this expansion, claim it for himself. There's a lot of Aurora up here. These 4 factories working hard. And some anti-airs coming out as well. Some thistles. Still no eco. T2 land now for Nexus. Legion going down on the front. And what units is he gonna... Well, that's T2 NG's on repeat. I think we'll see that change soon enough. So Nex has lost this, but he will also take this expansion. The difference, of course, is time. Nex has already lost his. TA will reclaim it faster as well. A nice NG drop to speed things up over here, and an NG drop from Nexus as well. Good job. Just don't lose them to these Aurora. Don't waste your hard work. And he's dead. But he does have actually a factory on the turn here, so it's not too huge. This Blaze is eating up some Auroras that are out of formation slightly. But now we see this could be very good. See almost every Aurora shooting. They're just destroying these Blazes now. Once they can actually all deal some damage. Nexus winning this air fight. Oh, yeah. TA had split his inties, and Nex took full advantage of that. Cleared up the smaller number. Probably took very few losses. That's gonna give him a nice air advantage. But I don't see T2 air at all, so he won't have anything to use that air advantage. I still don't see any bombers around. T2 air for TA, T2 land for TA, T2 PGen just finished. And oh, I thought that was a PGen going up right next to another PGen there for a second. No, it's a shield gen. I don't think a shield gen is so necessary when you're versus AM because they don't have fighter bombers. Maybe better to delay that P-gen or that shield gen until later. Save a bit of power. Now Obsidian's coming out for TA. It's one reason you might want to save power. Each of these guys using 10 per tick. That adds up fast. Was that a drop? You just drop a blaze and an aurora? Maybe. Well, that's... You see some fake PDs, but also a lot of real PDs. And yeah, that's a lot. Let's just see how many he's got now. 11 T1 PDs. So one in this expansion, this expansion, this expansion. 2 here, 1 here. Yeah. And he's already lost quite a few. Some fake ones, but also some real ones. I mean, 11 PD is 10 PD now. That's 2,400 mass. That's a lot of mass using on PDs, but it does slow Nexus down a huge amount because he has to wait for his RD to take these out, and his push is completely stalled now on this side. ACU is just kind of wandering around. We do have a T2 support factory. On the left, these blazes are trying to get something done, do some raiding. They didn't manage it though, and now they're getting chased by Aurora. And in fact, we have a T2 ACU, and yeah, you can see his gun pointing almost straight up. Of course, he can't shoot, but his gun is still trying to point at those enemies, and he reclaims them. Claims the blazes, and they're all dead. Also got some help from Spectre. Now we have T2 Air from Nexus. Also have 4 T2 mexes in this position. Don't see any more mexes on the way currently. Several swift wins for TA for life. Let's take a look at his air. Ooh. Well, he has just about every air unit in T1 and T2, barring Mercy, I think. He has 20 out of fuel or almost out of fuel inties. He really should make some air staging, but just about no one is in the habit of doing that. And if you're using your inties this intensively, like on a map like this, or maybe on a very aggressive Sir Glacier's game or something like that, you're gonna want air staging just for the fuel. And also there's a huge amount of damaged inties here, and these could all be back to full health by just making some air staging. So guys, get using them. They are on the same hotkey as anti-air, if you're wondering. Let's throw a few down, three maybe 4. They're not too expensive, 175 mass. And they repair your shit for free and refuel it. But we haven't seen that, so instead we see the most boring air fights in history, which is out of fuel inties versus out of fuel inties. T2 now for Nexus, and sensors, no, not sensors, let's cancel it. Not sure why you would be making sensors really. Now gunship raiding being attempted, as we saw in the Loki game, was quite effective, but here he actually lost air control. There's very little inties or swiftwinds for either player. 6 swiftwinds down for TA, 6 and 2 inties for Nexus. But Nex has serious issues with this Arty and Obsidian combo. And we have Blazes and a huge amount of Arty for Nexus. This T2HQ is making Arties. 10 Arties, a Scout and a Blaze. Well, I don't know what to say to that, except why? Up here we have TML, Serpentine, the Smurf TML hasn't shot anything so far. It has 3 missiles in the clip. It's definitely a fine position for TML. Can hit most things of value, just can't hit this expansion. And TML is a good choice versus AN thanks to their crappy HP on their TMD and the crappy range on their TMD. 3 Aeon bombers will kill a Aeon TMD in one pass, and any other bomber will kill it. You just need 2 bombers. Now the push, these Obsidians, there's nothing to stop them. If they just move a bit side to side to avoid this fervor fire, they'll be fine, but all of Nexus's power is in the front. And the TMD is dead, so anything that doesn't die can be finished off by the TML. The shield goes down, P-Gen goes down, the next P-Gen goes down, and this one will surely follow. There it goes. And now the ACU moves in. I don't think there's any hope of saving this T2 land HQ. We have... Oh, that was 45% T3 there. But TA cancels. He wants units right now because he realizes he's just done an insane amount of damage. Game-winning amount of damage here, so there's no need to be pressuring himself into getting this T3 land out. Just get some units out, stop whatever push Nex is planning, and the game is won. And he's even reclaiming this huge amount of mass. T2 Pigeons, T2 Shield, he reclaimed the T2 HQ, and there's T2 Rex as well around the place. So that Obsidian and Fervor push just won the game. Or perhaps Nexus making Fervors out of his T2 HQ lost him the game. Quite a strange thing to happen, really. Guess he just should have put his pigeons in the base, like TA did. Now T2PD is going up. We'll stop any ACU getting in here. And get this far, and maybe he should be building T1PDs. Edge building T1PDs up here. Probably be the best choice. Now Mercy's coming in. The anti-air is shooting inties and swift winds, and so the Mercies get through. There he goes. Would have been smart to put my T2 pigeons in my base. Yep. Pretty much. That's what needed to happen. So, well played, TA. I think it's just many small differences in speed of his expansion and speed of taking control of certain expansions. For example, these mirror expansions. Nexus was slower. Nexus was slower to his mirror here. He was also slower with his ACU to the ACU expansion. And it just carried on. And also Nex, while having air control, didn't make use of it, unfortunately. So, well played, TA. Nice push. And also, no harbs. I feel I have to mention that in an Aeon mirror matchup that's 25 minutes long on a 10x10. No harbs is bit special.